We are going to show you how to replace the cutter and the deburring brush on the Hillman 4100 and 4100A semi-automatic. Always remember, first thing you do before working on this machine is to unplug the electrical cord from the electrical outlet. Next, you want to remove the cover, and that is done by removing and loosening. You don't want to remove the screws, the one in the front, two on the left hand side and one on the right hand side. Next, you take your 9/16 open end wrench. Between the pulley and the deburring brush there are two flat spots. You want to firmly place the wrench on there, hold it down, taking your 3/4 inch wrench, putting it on your cutter nut, and you want to remember this machine was assembled with the left hand thread, and this is loosened by pulling the wrench towards you in a downward fashion. Once you have loosened up your cutter nut, what you want to do is remove cutter nut, remove cutter washer, remove old cutter and discard, and remove right hand cutter spacer. Now with your chip brush or cleaning brush, what you want to do is clean the area where the cutter has been removed for any dust or chips. You don't want anything in the way. Also, taking your cutter washer and your right hand cutter spacer to make sure that it's clean. The next step is replacing the cutter, taking your right hand cutter washer first, take your new cutter, install it with the angled part to the right. That is very important, and the right installation. Slip it on. Next, it is followed by your cutter washer. Next, screw on your cutter nut. Screw on finger tight. Thread it all the way up. Take your 9/16 wrench. Lock it back down on the two flat spots between the pulley and the deburring brush. Take your 3/4 inch wrench, place it on the cutter nut, and push forward. You want to make sure that it is tightened down nice and tight and secure. It's always a good idea, once you replace the cutter on this machine, is to give the deburring brush a couple of rotations. You want to make sure there is no binding problem. It should not be tight. If it is, it would be necessary to adjust the pulley by loosening the two set screws, backing off the pulley ever so slightly, and pulling it together without mashing down hard on it. Retighten down your set screws, but always give it a test. It should move freely without any binding. The next step is to take your cover and place back on top of the machine. Next, tighten down. Two Phillips screws on the left-hand side, making sure the hood is down in the down position. Firmly tighten down the front one and the one on the right side. Next, we're going to show you how to change the deburring brush on the Hillman 41 and 4100A by taking your 1/2 inch wrench for the brush nut, and you want to lock down on the two flat spots of your cutter shaft. Hold down firmly, place your 1/2 inch wrench on the brush nut and pull down towards you, loosening up. Pull it out, screw it, Save your washer. Discard your old brush. Take your new brush. You might want to just take your chip brush and clean for any chips or dust. Place new brush on. Take brush bolt with washer. Reassemble. Just screw it in finger tight. And then again, take your 1/2-inch open-end wrench, hold it down firmly, and tighten down your brush securely.